Dave, that just brings me on nicely to Dave Allen, Johnny Fisher then.
Mate, where's AI when you need it?
Well, there you
But
go. Listen,
that's so this is my perfect example of like you need to speak to judges and interview judges because I thought so that was a brutal fight. First of all, incredible fight. Both men. I've got a lot of time for both men. Um, Johnny Fisher's a really nice kid. He's, Dave Allen's a nice fella. They've both got so much heart, so much determination they showed in there. Um, but I thought the fight is so. Whereas Usyk Fury, each round has ebbs and flows. So there, I understand now they're hard to score. But I thought that was pretty clear cut. You got Johnny Fisher winning first four rounds or so. And it's Dave Allen. And Dave Allen gets a knockdown. And I just don't know how he didn't get the result. And like I said, it's not a slight on Fisher. It's one of those where he's a young prospect. He's getting better all the time. He is getting better. It's just that we've always said about Dave Allen. Well, I've seen people piss me off where somebody said something about Dave Allen is shit. Is this is like during the first couple of rounds, I think it is. But it's like we've always said Dave Allen's problem has been Dave Allen. He's not had and it's pissed me off in the past where he's had an opportunity, a great opportunity, and then after the fight when he's not done anything, he's trying to say I didn't, I didn't even train for that really. I didn't do this properly. And I'm like, for me, I think that's pissed me off because I've had fighters that would love to have great big opportunities, give absolutely everything in the sport. You'll know what I'm talking about as a coach. You see what these fighters go through, the sacrifices they make, and to hear somebody say I didn't even train for that, I didn't prepare properly. Well, we've always said because I've seen Dave Allen in the gyms sparring for years, and we've always said, and if you speak to any of the heavyweights that have been coming through, why is it at the top now, whatever, over the years, I've always said he's good. He's good. It's just he lacks his discipline, his application. And Jamie and Nigel have got him in great shape, got him motivated. And when I looked him get weighed, he looked about 10 years younger, like Dave Allen's younger brother. And then he's got in and he's performed and he's done everything right. He's performed. He took some brutal shots. I mean, that first round, Fisher was landing some vicious body shots, horrible, sickening shots, landing a lot of shots. But I even tweeted, I felt as though Allen were being clever in looking to parry and block and ride, but he kept Fisher working at a high rate. And it's like, you keep him working, and he's loading up more and more as the fight rounds are going on. If Dave Allen can take that, then it's going to be interesting. And it was. He took the shots. He took some brutal shots. I mean, it's not half that you like that.
mm,
But then once it goes over that, then the amount of times that Fisher was hurt, wobbled, buzzed, he showed incredible art, incredible determination. But he lost the fight. There's no way that I can't. There's no way. I thought it was quite clear. He lost the fight, and the problem with this is when a young prospect gets gets a bad decision in his favour, people kind of pile in on them and it take it away from them and make as though that they're shit or this and they kind of like give them abuse. It's not Johnny Fisher's fault. He fought his heart out. It's not his fault that the judges scored it his way. He did his job. It's not him. You know.
mm.
What I will say is now everyone writes him off and things like that. Well, he's exposed. That's part of his learning process. We want to see what his fighters like, what his prospects are like when shit goes wrong and it gets really on top. When you're blasting people out, you don't know. Oh, is he tough enough?
Yes,
Can he can he gut it out? And has he got a chin? Can he come through bad moments? What's his mentality like? I think he ticks a massive box there last night. He showed he's got bollocks. He showed that because half the time he didn't know where he was. He got caught with shots that really scrambled his senses.
Mm.
He was absolutely shattered, and he still kept. So you could get somebody where they show that heart, that determination to try and get through, and that's one. Fair enough. But does your man, no matter what's going wrong, and he's absolutely goosed and he's got nothing left in tank, and he keeps getting hurt and he keeps getting out of there, his head's gone. Does he still keep trying to win the fight no matter what? Johnny Fisher was still trying to win the fight.
Mm.
So if he has a loss on his record, it doesn't hurt him apart from on that record. On people's mentality where they think, oh, you can't, if you're not unbeaten, then you're nothing. But that's bullshit. What he'll have learned from the fight, he learns regardless of the result, whether he gets a decision or he doesn't. What the judges do is they hurt his credibility and they hurt the perception of Fisher and what he's about by giving him a decision that he doesn't deserve. Because then it kind of you can see it on socials how people turn against you if you get a decision that they don't agree with. And I think that's where, like I said, it's not the fighter's fault. But for Dave Allen, I'm gutted because he's had a long career. You look at the people that he's fought, and you look at the hammer that guy's took. Well, I'm not going to lie. Before the fight, I was worried about him in that fight because I know Fish comes out bombing, and it's about the heavy-handed shots that he'll be taking. And he took a lot. He's unbelievably, incredibly tough, but that's not good for you. And he's put himself through all that, and then you just see his face at the end, and he's absolutely devastated. And I just felt so sorry for him. I thought that's your moment. I didn't realise he's never won a title.
Yeah.
That fucking hell! You just robbed him of a title that he deserves. Look at he's a guy that stepped in. Of course, people say, "Oh yeah, but they're getting paid." Of course, they're getting paid, but he's a guy that stepped in at last minute notice to fight people like Luis Ortiz when nobody wants to fight him. He's a guy that has took a lot of punishment throughout his career. And then you see him come out with a performance like that last night and deserve to win, deserve to get his first pro title, and they take it away from him. And I just thought that was shit. I really did.
Mm. I like what Big John said. I think he said to Dave Allen at the end of it that you nicked it. I think the honesty from Big John and
This is what I'm saying. They are nice people. I've met Big John and Johnny Fisher loads of times now. They're nice people. They're dead nice people. I can see why they sell so many tickets. They sell so many tickets fucking because everybody warms to them.
Mm.
So that I wouldn't expect anything less from him. It's just how they are, and he's telling the truth. And when people come out and say that, I rate it. I think that's how it should be. And you actually, well, fair play to you. How can you then carry on slagging kid off? If they're turning around that and being honest like they are. It's like I said, it's not them. Big Johnny Fisher's dad didn't give him decision. It was the judges. So fair play to him.
Exactly. One final one then. The card itself, Dave, absolutely loved it. I thought there was
I loved
competitive
it
fight from the start to the finish.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good. The McGrail Reese Edwards fight, that was good. That was quality.
Gregor Lowe, Ishmael Boacek.
Yeah, listen, that was a good fight. Isaac Lowe, Lee McGregor, good fight again. One thing about Isaac Lowe, I know he, we've giving him shit in the past and stuff like that. And fans like to give him shit and stuff. But the kid's got a set of nuts on him. Every fight he always does. He has a set of nuts on him. I mean, last night he tried his heart out. needs to get yourself a better dentist gum shield, not from Sports Direct
That's
or
seven,
from
eight
Gilman Sports
times.
Shop. But yeah, what a really good fight. Yeah, I thought McGregor boxed really well. Hard, again, another hard fight, really, really hard fight. Bochek and Ishmael Davis. He is a beast, Bochek. We're watching him against Ortiz. I'd watched him a little bit before that because I had to do some work for the Ortiz one. And he's relentless. He's a beast. I thought Ishmael Davis gave it a really good go. Correct decision from corner. And he goes again. But
Mm.
really good card. I enjoyed the show. It was a really, really good show.
Yeah, I've not got long left, Dave, but give me a quick verdict on Moses Itauma.
He's a fucking beast. Mate, he is frightening. He is actually frightening. He's it's the I'm told by people that sparred with him since he was 15, the kid can take a shot. So that's scary because if he can take a shot and if he's got an engine that can keep that shit going into the later stages of a championship fight, the power that he possesses, the agility that he possesses at heavyweight, but it's the speed.
Mm.
It's the speed of him. He reminds me, speed wise, of David A as a cruiserweight. You know, that aggressive puncher speed, like closing range, being out, coming in so sharp, landing a booming shot. That's what it reminds me of. It was like when uh, kind of speak like when Hay did Alexander Gurov for the European at cruiserweight. But this is at heavyweight. This is at heavyweight, and this kid's got unbelievable speed. I think that's his greatest attribute. He's very, very good. Don't get wrong, everything, but it's the speed, his sharpness, his feints to shot. He's very, very good. He's a baby. I understand that. He's very, very young. But I want him against Fabio, him against
Fisher, yeah,
about again. There's a lot of domestic fights that are good matchups that I would like to see, but I don't think they will get made. And then he moves on to world level, and but I don't know. It's going to be exciting, mate. It's very hard. It's very hard not to get carried away with somebody like that because they're ticking all the boxes as they're going. You're just thinking, fucking. Don't get me wrong. I did think that it was going to do Denison McKean quickly last night, but we were saying in the gym, I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 rounds. I'll be honest with you. I just
yeah.
thought McKean being stiff upright, but I didn't think it'd be as quick as that.
Yeah, listen, he is a talent, a 19-year-old. He's still not got his man
Yeah,
strength. You can see it in his body disposition. He's not got his big back. He's not got the big shoulder definition yet. He's not even a, I don't mean this in a bad way. He's not a man yet, let's say, like you say,
no,
a baby, which is
it's still a young
frightening.
kid. It's still
It's,
a young
it's,
kid, and like you say, it's not in a disrespectful way. It's just and that mate, fact is he's a 19-year-old boy, and he's the most frightening 19-year-old boy I've seen in boxing for a lot of years.
yeah, I think
A
we know
lot,
who you're talking about since
yeah,
Mike Tyson probably
for
is.
a lot of years, But yeah, it's exciting. It is exciting, and it's we need fighters that are European that are going to be the flag bearers of the sport. We need, a few coming through and especially in the heavyweight division, you just think, fast forward a couple of years, you think, you've got Dubois, who's still a young kid. You've got Moses Itauma. You got those two at heavyweight coming through now. You're thinking, whoa, can you imagine a fight with those two in a couple of years down the line? It's exciting times. It really is.
Definitely.
Where's all the Americans at in heavyweight division?
Well, Jared Anderson was probably the one that was coming through, but then Big Martin Bacoli. So yeah, I know
Exactly.
the American heavyweight scene seems to be a little bit quiet, but I'm sure there's someone out there. I'm sure there's on 17,
I'm not
18,
so
19.
sure.
You're not so sure?
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. No, I'm not so sure. Yeah, like you've mentioned McCauley there, and people. These are all these guys at the top. You got to look at their ages. They're all soon to be, walking off into the sunset, or not, not too far distance future. And you look at it, and then you look at Moses Itauma, and you think, who else is there that's young, that's coming through, that looks as good as this kid? I think he's in for a huge, huge future.
Definitely, I agree. Listen, Dave, as always, I know you're going to a football game today at some point.
Yeah,
You're up, is it Old Trafford you're going to?
yeah.
Oh, that's an Everton top behind you, mind you, though.
No, but it's the Bell Unite, isn't it? That's the only reason why that's up there. Make sure you get the WBC badge next to it as
Now I'm
well.
going to cut it out. I'm going to try and squeeze it in so it gets in the Everton top. Dave, enjoy the game today. Have a good Christmas and a good New Year if I don't speak to you beforehand.
And
And
you, mate, have a good Christmas. I just want to say to everybody watching, thanks for all the support for my fighters and for the sport in general. Hope we have a better year next year because 24 was a great year for boxing. I think next year is going to be even better. But have a good Christmas. I hope everybody stays healthy and fit.
definitely, I agree with that, Dave. Listen, enjoy the game today. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy New Year. And I'll see you in 2025, my friend.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
Cheers, Dave. Thank you, mate.